6 p.m. I am Pragya Bakshi Sharma bringing you the top stories from across the nation on Across the Republic. Starting with the encounter in Kulgam, some incriminating evidence has been recovered by the forces there. Covering this story, another story we are covering today is again from Jammu, where the Prime Minister was campaigning today and has come down heavily on the Congress, PDP and National Conference. Another story from Karnataka, where Siddaramaiah is being cornered by the BJP pertaining to the Muda land scam case. Another story we are covering today is Rahul Gandhi's insult to Pran Pratishtha once again. More on these after the headlines.
नहीं आपको उसके बाद अमिताभ बच्चन को बुला लिया, अदानी को बुला लिया, अंबानी को बुला लिया, किसी एक मजदूर को नहीं आने दिया। आपने किसी बढ़ई को देखा, किसान को देखा, मजदूर को देखा? कोई नहीं। डांस गाना चल रहा है, प्रेस वाले हाय 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 कर रहे हैं।
Congress MP Rahul Gandhi insults Pran Pratishtha as he calls the event a Nach Gana ceremony.
हमारे देश को कमज़ोर करने के लिए जो एंटी इंडिया का एक गैंग है, एक एंटी इंडिया का नैरेटिव बनाने वाला एक इकोसिस्टम है, वो इकोसिस्टम ने जानबूझ करके राहुल गांधी को चेहरा बनाया।
The BJP fires a sharp retort to Rahul Gandhi, calls him anti-Hindu. Forces fight back terror in Kulgam as a fierce encounter underway. 4 security personnel, a police officer injured, 2 Lashkar terrorists eliminated.
The term of the Maharashtra Legislative Assembly is ending on 26th of the November. So elections have to be completed before that.
Election Commission announces that Maharashtra Assembly polls will be held before November 26. As anger over adulteration in Tirupati Laddu grows, SIT team reaches Tirupati to probe the case. Rahul Gandhi is in the eye of storm once again as a video of him calling the Pran Pratishtha ceremony of Ram Lalla idol at the Ram Janmabhoomi temple a Nach Gana event has gone viral. He was slammed by the BJP for his comments. The party also fact-checked Rahul Gandhi for his claims. Watch this detailed report.
नहीं आपको उसके बाद अमिताभ बच्चन को बुला लिया, अदानी को बुला लिया, अंबानी को बुला लिया। आपने किसी बढ़ई को देखा, किसान को देखा? कोई नहीं। डांस गाना चल रहा है, प्रेस वाले हाय 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 कर रहे हैं। नाच गाना चल रहा है, डांस चल रहा है। ये रियलिटी है आपकी।
Lok Sabha leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi was seen insulting the Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha ceremony once again. In this video, Rahul called the consecration ceremony of Ram Lalla idol in Ayodhya Ram Mandir a Nach Gana event. Listen in once again.
नहीं आपको उसके बाद अमिताभ बच्चन को बुला लिया, अदानी को बुला लिया, अंबानी को बुला लिया। आपने किसी बढ़ई को देखा, किसान को देखा? कोई नहीं। डांस गाना चल रहा है, प्रेस वाले हाय 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 कर रहे हैं। नाच गाना चल रहा है, डांस चल रहा है। ये रियलिटी है आपकी।
Rahul's remarks have drawn the ire of the chief priest of the Ram Janmabhoomi Trust, Acharya Satyendra Das.
वह उनकी दृष्टि में नौटंकी है, लेकिन भक्तों की दृष्टि में वो प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हुई है, जिसमें भगवान श्री राम बालक रूप में वहाँ उनकी स्थापना किया गया है और उसी स्थापना में लोग दर्शन किए हैं।
The BJP also slammed Rahul over his comments.
बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है इस तरह का बयान। सनातन के विरोध में इस तरह का बयान देना उनकी आदत लग गई। राम मंदिर की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा में सारे साधु संत समाज के हर वर्ग के लोग वहाँ पहुँचे। जिन लोगों ने वहाँ जो कामगार हैं उनको भी इज्जत दी गई और पूरे देश में खुशी की लहर थी। कांग्रेस मातम मना रही थी और कांग्रेस पार्टी अभी भी बाज नहीं आ रही है। कांग्रेस ने तो निमंत्रण ठुकरा दिया था, वो पहुँचे नहीं और अब इसको डांस पार्टी कह रहे हैं। माफी मांगनी चाहिए राहुल गांधी को।
But not only did Rahul call the ceremony a Nach Gana event, he also incorrectly said that labourers were not allowed at the event.
किसी एक मजदूर को नहीं आने दिया। आपने किसी बढ़ई को देखा, किसान को देखा, मजदूर को देखा? कोई नहीं। डांस गाना चल रहा है, प्रेस वाले हाय 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 कर रहे हैं। नाच गाना चल रहा है, डांस चल रहा है।
The BJP swiftly fact-checked the Congress scion with visual evidence from the consecration ceremony, where Prime Minister Modi was seen felicitating the labourers involved in the construction of the Bhavya Ram Mandir.
राहुल गांधी न केवल हिंदू विरोधी है बल्कि वो शायद अपना झूठ परोसने के लिए राम मंदिर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा का अपमान करने पर चूकते भी नहीं है। उन्होंने कहा कि वहां पर उनको केवल कुछ अमीर लोग दिखे, क्या उनको श्रमिक नहीं दिखे जिसका स्वागत सत्कार प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने किया, वो भी फूल बरसा के, और बार बार उनका जिक्र किया अपने भाषण में। उनको शायद पता नहीं है कि सबसे पहले ईंट जो लगी है राम मंदिर की वो कामेश्वर चौपाल के द्वारा लगी है। उनको शायद पता नहीं कि छत्तीसगढ़ की आदिवासी महिला को भी वहां पर न्योता देकर बुलाया गया।
But let's remind you that this isn't the first time Rahul Gandhi has made a comment that reflects his mindset on the Ram Mandir. Earlier in January, he said that there is no Ram wave in India. Then in February, he said that the consecration ceremony was only an event for the Prime Minister and the elite. Later in April, he said that President Draupadi Murmu was stopped from participating in the Pran Pratishtha ceremony as she is a tribal. The question one would now think is, why is Rahul Gandhi, who called himself a Janudhari Kashmiri Brahmin, go on unabated with his anti-Hindu tirade? Will Rahul now apologize to the Hindus for hurting their sentiments?
In a high-voltage rally in Jammu and Kashmir, Prime Minister Modi launched a scathing attack on the opposition, vowing that the BJP will form its first-ever government in the region. With elections just around the corner, the PM's rally saw massive turnout, signalling the party's growing influence in the valley. Let's take a look at this report.
जम्मू की यही पुकार आ रही है भाजपा सरकार।
As Jammu and Kashmir gears up for the final phase of polls, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a mega poll rally pitching for the BJP today. At the rally, Prime Minister presented the previous report cards of the Congress. One after the other, Prime Minister Modi fired sharp bullets at the Congress, PDP and the National Conference.
जम्मू कश्मीर के लोग कांग्रेस, एनसी और पीडीपी के 3 खानदानों से त्रस्त है। लोग फिर वही निजाम नहीं चाहते।
He said that New India under BJP's rule holds the strength to enter the terror hideouts and destroy them, unlike Congress that responded to bullets with shells.
आज की रात 28 सितंबर की रात सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक हुई थी। भारत ने दुनिया को बता दिया था, ये नया भारत है, ये घर में घुसकर मारता है। एक वो दिन था और एक आज का दिन है।
Now listen in to the Prime Minister's retort on the one rank, one pension scheme.
ये कहते थे कि वन रैंक वन पेंशन ओआरओपी से खजाने पर बोझ पड़ेगा, लेकिन मोदी ने फौजी परिवारों के हितों के आगे कभी भी खजाने को नहीं देखा है.
He labelled the opposition as the enemies of the Indian Constitution.
कांग्रेस, नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस, पीडीपी ये संविधान के सबसे बड़े दुश्मन है.
Polls after 10 years in Jammu and Kashmir, and the BJP is nothing but sure of winning the historic elections.
8 अक्टूबर को मां के नवरात्र के दिन नतीजे आएंगे. और हम सब तो माता वैष्णो देवी की साया में पले बड़े हैं. और 12 अक्टूबर को विजयादशमी है. इस बार की विजयादशमी हम सभी के लिए शुभ शुरुआत वाली होगी. पिछले 2 चरणों में भारी मतदान ने जम्मू कश्मीर की जनता का मूड बता दिया है. दोनों चरणों में भाजपा के पक्ष में जबरदस्त वोटिंग हुई है.
And while the Prime Minister is leading BJP's campaign in the valley, the rift in National Conference and Congress is only widening.
Even as the anger over the alleged adulteration of the Tirupati Prasadam continued to simmer, YSRCP Supremo Jagan Mohan Reddy clarified on the cancellation of his scheduled visit to the temple, saying that he deferred his darshan to keep focus on the alleged wrongdoings of Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu. Meanwhile, the SIT team is currently at the Tirupati temple. Let's have a look at this report.
Under fire over the Tirumala adulteration row, former Andhra Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy accused his successor Chandrababu Naidu was using religion as cover to hide his wrongdoings. Clarifying on the cancellation of his visit to Tirumala on Saturday, the YSRCP Supremo said he merely deferred his visit to stay focused on the wrongdoings of his successor. Jagan said Chief Minister Naidu was inciting needless religious debates to distract the public from other pressing issues and the alleged wrongdoings of his government. The Chief Minister jabbed back at Jagan for cancelling his Tirumala visit, saying no one was above customs and tradition. Meanwhile, the 9-member special investigation team formed to probe the adulteration case is likely to visit Tirumala on Saturday. According to officials, the SIT will question office bearers of the TTD in connection with the case. Jagan and his party have been facing fury from their political adversaries as well as the Seer community after Chief Minister Naidu claimed the prasadam at Tirumala was adulterated with animal fat under the previous regime.
The Tirumala Laddu controversy, which we have been seeing, well, now the SIT, the Special Investigation Team, as you can see, have visited the Tirumala temple. They had the darshan of Lord Venkateshwara, and now they will be beginning the investigation into this Laddu controversy. This SIT team, which has been formed by the state government, which is headed by Sarvashresh Tripathi, a senior IPS officer, and also at the same time, a 9-member team has been constituted to investigate into this Laddu controversy. controversy which has been happening in the state of Andhra Pradesh at the Tirumala Hill Shrine. And amid all of this, we also have been seeing that how there has been a massive political face-off between the YSRCP and the TDP. When on one side, Jagan Mohan Reddy questions the Chandrababu Naidu government and also the NDDB report, where it shows the findings of fish oil and beef tallow. But also, Chandrababu Naidu now hits out at Jagan Mohan Reddy. He has been questioning the religion of Jagan Mohan Reddy. So we'll have to wait and watch what's next, because as you can see, SIT team has arrived at the Tirumala temple.
As the anger against him spreads and the SIT moves in, the question is, has Jagan run out of defense in the adulteration case? Bureau Report, Republic TV.
A day after the Karnataka Lokayukta registered an FIR against Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, naming him as the primary accused and his wife as the secondary accused in the Muda land allotment case, the BJP stepped up the pressure on him to resign. Here's a report.
The calls for embattled Karnataka Chief Minister to step down over the Muda land allotment scam case grew shriller a day after the state Lokayukta filed an FIR against him and his wife. Speaking to media persons, Union Minister Prahlad Joshi joined the resignation chorus, saying the Chief Minister had no option but to step down after the High Court upheld the governor's sanction for probe against him in the case. Joshi also accused the Chief Minister and the ruling Congress for attempts to intimidate the governor.
He has to resign. There is no other option. They are trying to corner and frighten the governor, which is unacceptable.
On the Chief Minister demanding that the NDA ally and the Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy resign first, Joshi said no two cases are similar, adding that a probe was underway against the latter.
All the cases are different now. Investigation is going on against him. And the case which was there with Mr. Kumaraswamy, this case was pending from 2008. Who was there in 2013? Who made the Chief Minister, Kumaraswamy, the Chief Minister in 2019? 18, sorry. These are the questions they have to reply before demanding any such things.
Meanwhile, Siddaramaiah played down a meeting with his top legal advisor, Punana, amid a rising chorus for his resignation, saying there was nothing new to it as he meets him every day.
ಒಂದಣ್ಣ ಇದಕ್ಕೋಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಭೇಟಿ ಆದ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಒಂದಣ್ಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರು ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಲೀಗಲ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ದಿನ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಒಂದಣ್ಣ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎವ್ರಿಡೇ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೀ. ನಾನು ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು.
Union Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy, meanwhile, came out all guns blazing at the Chief Minister, saying several cases were filed against him by the Lokayukta. Hitting back at Kumaraswamy, who has been leading the calls for him to step down in light of the land scam charges, the Chief Minister claimed that there are plenty of graft-tainted leaders in the JDS against whom action should be taken first.
ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಬರೀ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೂ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? ನಾನು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಈ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ.
As the political war of words speaks, can the Chief Minister turn a deaf ear to growing calls for him to step down?
In a big success for the forces ahead of the third and final phase of the ongoing assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir, a joint team of the Army and Jammu and Kashmir Police neutralized 2 terrorists in a fierce exchange of fire in Kulgam. Here's the report.
In a big win for the forces in the valley amid the ongoing Jammu and Kashmir assembly elections, 2 terrorists were neutralized by the forces in South Kashmir's Kulgam. The fierce exchange of fire testified to continued attempts from across the border to push terrorists to disrupt the ongoing polls in Jammu and Kashmir. Sharing details of the encounter, the IGP of Jammu and Kashmir, V.K. Birdi, said a joint party of army and police personnel established contact with the terrorists after being tipped off to suspected movement in the area. In the ensuing firefight, 2 homegrown terrorists were neutralized.
ये कल देर रात सुरक्षा बलों को एक इत्तला मिली थी रिगार्डिंग मूवमेंट ऑफ टेररिस्ट जो अड़ीगाम कुलगाम देवसर एरिया में है। तो जब उस इनपुट को जब फॉलो कर रहे थे तो उसी दौरान एक जगह पर इनका गोलियों का तबादला हुआ। जब सुरक्षा बलों की टीम जब पास पहुंच रही थी तो अंदर से गोलियां आई, तो उसके बाद एक इनकाउंटर की शुरुआत हुई। तो ये इनकाउंटर अभी चल रहा है। अभी थोड़ा सा सुरक्षा बलों के जो 3 एहलकार हैं और पुलिस का एक एहलकार है उसको माइनर इंजरीज की रिपोर्ट हुई है। अभी वो स्टेबल हैं, बट ऑपरेशन अभी रवां है और इसको अभी कंक्लूड होने में थोड़ा समय लगेगा।
The slain terrorists were identified as Umesh Wani from Kulgam and Akib Sher Gojri from Badgam. The latest ground operation against terrorists comes just a couple of days before the third and final phase of polls in the valley on October 1st. Even as terror masterminds across the border continue with their nefarious plans to target civilians amid the ongoing elections, the forces remain determined to foil their designs.
2 local terrorists were eliminated by the joint forces in Kulgam encounter. This encounter started early morning, though the security forces received an input about the movement of terrorists in Adigam, Kulgam in South Kashmir yesterday evening, and then the CASO was launched by the joint forces. And in this CASO, that CASO turned into an encounter when the hiding terrorists fired upon the joint forces, triggering into a gun battle. As of now, the 2 local terrorists coming from the Lashkar-e-Toiba, which is a park-based terror outfit working in the Kashmir Valley, have been eliminated. These local terrorists, one come from the Kulgam, South Kashmir, where the encounter was reported, and then another terrorist who was been neutralized in this encounter comes from Badgam in central Kashmir. Arms and ammunitions have been recovered, and also the joint forces have retrieved the dead bodies. In this entire encounter, the army boys suffered injuries, and also one injured police officer was evacuated for the medical treatment. With VJ Mubashir Hussain, Nazishan Fazil for Republic in Srinagar.
The Devbhoomi Sangharsh Samiti staged a protest at Shimla district headquarters. The protesters had 4 demands, including the abolishing of Waqf Board. Here's a report.
Hundreds of members of the Devbhoomi Sangharsh Samiti staged a protest at the Shimla district headquarters over illegal structures. Recalling the incident from September 11th, Hindu organizations held a significant demonstrations in Shimla Sanjoli. This time, the demands of the Samiti include the abolition of the Waqf Board from the Indian government. They also call for a ban on the construction of illegal mosques and tombs in Himachal. A memorandum was submitted to the administration to address the issue of illegal intruders. The Sanjoli mosque issue is expected to be resolved soon.
देखिए, हमने 23 सितंबर को एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की थी और पूरे हिमाचल में आह्वान किया था कि आज की तारीख हम सरकार को उसकी कुंभकर्णी नीति से जगाएंगे कि आप जो ये अवैध सरकारी भूमि पर जो ये मस्जिद बनी है, आप इस पे कानून का फैसला आने दें, और अगर इसमें कोई ढुलमुल रुपया अपनाया जाता है तो उसके परिणाम भुगतने के लिए भी सरकार तैयार रही। परंतु खेद की बात है, हमें यही बताया गया था 2 दिन पहले तक जो विवादित सरकारी भूमि पर जो मस्जिद बनी है वो सील किया गया है, परंतु उसमें कुछ विशेष समुदाय के लोग तो प्रतिदिन जा रहे हैं।
In response to the rising intensity of protests, a significant police presence has been deployed in the town to maintain law and order.
Hundreds of the members are protesting all across the state and the district headquarters. These are the visuals from the Shimla headquarters, where hundreds of the members of the Devbhoomi Sangharsh Samiti holding the placards, holding the flags, are protesting. What they are demanding is that the illegal building structure which has been constructed all across the state should be demolished or these should be sealed out. Other than that, what they are demanding is that the Waqf board should be scrapped off and the fake immigrants who are coming from the other states, there should be check on this.
The Municipal Corporation Court will hold a hearing on the Sanjauli Mosque case. Sources indicate that if attempts are made to postpone the case or if the decision does not reflect public sentiment, a Jail Bharo Andolan will commence across the state after October 5. As tensions rise and demands grow louder, the community remains steadfast for justice.
That is all we have for you from across the country today. We are also going to cover Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar's speech at the UNGA. Stay tuned to Republic after this short break. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar will address a high-level session of the 79th United Nations General Assembly in New York today. Stay tuned.